Good morning, everyone. It's 12 o'clock in Houston, so it's time for another leadership lunch with Matt Morey, the C4 leader. I hope everyone's doing okay. It's a little rainy outside, so the coloring isn't quite as good as it normally is in the office, but I'm going to do this anyway. Today's quote comes straight from Stephen Covey. Well, not straight from, but it's Stephen Covey. Effective leadership is putting first things first. Effective management is discipline, carrying it out. And that's Stephen Covey. Now, First Things First is actually the name of one of his first books. And I have it on my bookshelf in the bedroom. I don't have it in the bookshelf here. I guess I better move it. Because leaders have to put first things first. They have to decide what the order is. But the problem is leaders can get to be too wrapped up in the visionary, and that's why he's making the distinction about managers and how managers need to have the discipline to get it done, carrying it out. And that's effective management. Now, hopefully, if you're a strong leader, you're also an effective manager, but management gets such a bad rap. And I would hate that to think that management and leadership don't go hand in hand. They really do. Now, leadership is the keys to the castle. Management is how do you manage the castle, or how do you operate the castle. So I really would encourage you guys to think about leadership being the thing that you need to do in order to keep the operations going and have everybody going towards a goal. No, leadership is how you define the goal. Management is how you get to the goal, or the actual activities you do to get to the goal. And so those are two very different distinctions. Now, you can be a manager without being a leader, but you really shouldn't be a leader without being a manager. And I think that's kind of what Stephen Covey's getting at here. Again, the quote, effective leadership is putting first things first. Effective management is discipline and carrying it out. Stephen Covey. Now, our format, just to change notes for you real quick, our format is going to change a little bit in the next couple days, because my wife, for my birthday, got me something I never thought I'd want when I first saw it, but it should be useful for this, and that's one of these. I have a selfie stick now. I never would have thought I'd need one. I never wanted one when I first saw it. I thought, who would want such a lazy thing? Well, now I need it, or now I want it, because I'm doing these things every day. And when I'm doing these things every day, I'm trying to find the best angle. When I'm doing these things every day, hi, Trixon, I want to be able to do it from I know. So how late you stay up for the blood moon last night? What I was saying, just so that you can see, my wife for my birthday, because my birthday was this weekend, got me a selfie stick, and I was laughing because I was saying I never thought I would want or need one. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to start using the selfie stick for these periscopes, so that you guys, thank you, so that you guys can see something other than just my broad shoulders, and hopefully we can get better lighting and start making these things even more improved over time. Now, again, today's quote of the day comes from Stephen Covey. Effective leadership is putting first things first. Effective management is discipline, carrying it out. So, Stephen Covey has a book called First Things First. I'd encourage you to read it. It's very educational. I know you like doing your scopes outside. I haven't quite figured that out yet. I'm a little too pale. It makes me look like a ghost when I'm sitting outside. If you guys have any leadership questions, reach out to me at mmorey@c4-elt.com. I'll have a new email address soon. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that I am going to be starting a blab, hopefully once a week, in the near future, to deal with leadership conversations and leadership concerns. I have a gentleman, his name is Robert Scully. He will be joining me, at least for the first one or two. He is a Vietnam and Korean War veteran, has worked for Fortune 200 companies, been in upper management of those companies, and he and I together will work on the leadership issues that you bring to us. So that'll be on Blab. Stand by for what the schedule for that is, and it should get pretty entertaining. Okay, so I'm going to call it a day, or at least I'm going to call it a day for Periscope. I may get on again later today and share a particular item. I thought I had it hanging up there. I have a blog post. Actually, I'll do it right now. I have a blog post coming out tomorrow about the Eisenhower decision matrix. And we are introducing a new visual version of it, and it's something that my wife and I have spent a couple weeks on trying to make sure we've got the proper definition. So I'll give you guys a sneak peek because you're here. We'll send you info. Yeah, I could probably use that. Thank you. All right, so what we've got right here on this page is the Eisenhower Decision Matrix. I'm sure you guys have seen this. If you're at least remotely familiar with Stephen Covey, then you've seen this in the 7 Habits book. Across the top, it's urgent, not urgent. Down the side, it's important and not important. And the real gist of it is that so often we spend too much of our time in the red alert and the snooze areas. And what we really should be focusing on are the 6 Ps. If you want to know more about it, then hang out at my blog tomorrow at C4Leader.com. It should hit at 8:30 Central Standard Time, and you'll get a better understanding of what this is and where it's going. But there's your sneak peek. All right, I gotta get going. I got a couple of phone calls I promised. As always, I'm Matt Morey, the C4 Leader, and I'm dedicated that you will get more with Morey. Here's to you and your team exploding into success. I'll see you tomorrow.